installing WSL on Windows. If you are using Windows 11, then you have no restriction, but if you're using Windows 10, then you have to have the version 1903 or later to install WSL. So how can we check what version of Windows we are running on? We can just simply type Windows and R button at the same time and type WinVer and press enter. Then it will show that my Windows version is Windows 10 and its OS build is 19045. So I can install WSL on my Windows 10, and instruction for both Windows 10 and 11 are pretty much same. So one thing I want to clear here is WSL 1 is already deprecated. So as of 2024, while recording this tutorial, we'll be installing WSL 2. Okay, so let's dive into the main part of the tutorial. The full WSL installation are divided into two steps. In first one, we enable our computer to install a Linux distribution. In the second part, we install our preferred Linux distribution like Ubuntu. Let's dive into the first part of the tutorial. The first step is we have to go to Windows feature to turn on WSL feature. So in the search bar of Windows, we'll type feature and we'll see a function called turn Windows feature on or off in control panel. We can also find this if we go to control panel. So we have to go to this page where it's showing the Windows features. Here we have to scroll down to enable virtual machine platform. I am adding a check mark on virtual machine platform and also on Windows Subsystem for Linux. So after check marking on these two, virtual machine platform and Windows Subsystem for Linux, I am clicking on OK and it's applying the changes. This may take a few seconds. Now it's asking me to restart my computer. I'm clicking on don't restart as I want to restart later. Now I have to open my command prompt to enable Linux distribution via WSL. So for that I have to open my command prompt. So for that I can press Windows and R at the same time and type cmd and press enter. It will open the Windows command prompt, and here if I type just WSL, then it will show that Windows Subsystem for Linux has no installed distribution. Currently I do not have any Linux distribution, but I have enabled WSL and also virtual machine system. So now what I have to do is update my WSL so that if there is no distribution, a new distribution environment will be installed. For that I type WSL --update. So if there is no distribution, then I will install the latest distribution. If I have a distribution, then it will update. So I'm pressing enter. Now it's installing Windows Subsystem for Linux. If it asks you to confirm a prompt for yes, then click on the yes button. Now based on your internet speed, it will take some time. For me, it's not taking that much time. It's almost 50% here. Now it's showing Windows Subsystem for Linux has been installed. Okay. So now what we want to do is we want to see what are the possible distribution we can install. So far our first step is complete. We have enabled WSL and virtual machine platform from our Windows feature option, and then we have installed WSL instance on our Windows. Now our computer is ready to launch a Linux distribution, let's say Ubuntu, Fedora, OpenSUSE or Kali Linux. Okay, let's see what are the available distribution for my WSL. We can see the available distribution by typing WSL -list -online. So this command will show the available Linux distribution which can be installed on this machine. So here it's showing a list of Linux distribution. The first one is standard Ubuntu, second one is Debian, the third one is Kali Linux. Then we have few version of Ubuntu. Okay, so let's say I want to install this Ubuntu 24.04. So then I have to copy this name. I'm selecting this and then I'm typing WSL install -d and then pasting the copied name of my preferred distribution and pressing enter. Now it will install Ubuntu 24.04 LTS, which is the latest version of Ubuntu while recording this tutorial. So this will also take some time based on the speed of your internet. My Ubuntu installation is complete. For the first time it may take few minutes to start. Okay, it's initiated. Now for the first time it's asking me to set a Unix username by which I log on. So I'm setting the username as Monir and then it is asking me to set a password. I'm typing a password for this user Monir. I'm retyping the password and password is updated successfully and my Linux instance is ready. If I go to my file system, then I'll see a new menu appeared as Linux, and inside that Linux I can see the Ubuntu 24.04 which I have just installed. Okay, I can update my dependency like a Ubuntu and I can do whatever I want to do. So that's it. This is how you can install WSL on your Windows computer and have the full access of Linux on your Windows computer without any virtual machine or Docker or without rebooting. So thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next tutorial with more exciting thing.